Hello, all you wonderful and creative humans. I'm here again today to do another color with me, and we'll do a little chatting too as we go. Um, I don't remember what day I'm on, but this is part of my Tricks and Treats special. This is a buddy color I have with Samways Coloring on Instagram. I will link his name right here so you can go and follow him there because he's another amazing, talented colorist. And we are working on this page with the witch in the silhouetted circle. So I will go ahead and get all my stuff together and we'll get started. I hope everybody's doing well today and in a very good place for what they're doing. Like I said, we're going to do this page, my friend Sam and I. I'm just going to get some back paper behind it so that I don't get anything anywhere. And what I think I'm going to use on this page is gold paint, my Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2s, and possibly my Kohinoor Poly colors. So I'm going to start with the background circle because I'm trying to get like an almost, not fluorescent green, but a really sickly green back there. And I think if I start there, then the rest of it's going to just kind of find its way. So I've pulled out my swatch palette for the Neocolor 2s. And the color I'm most aiming towards is this light olive. So I'm going to pull that, number 245. And I have it. And then I need something to be darker than that. And I think the one we'd go for is that moss green, which is 225. And that's a matter of me locating it. Got it. And then we would need something lighter. And because I'm looking for something kind of sickly, I think this Chinese green number 730 is the one I want. Yeah. Okay. So I have all my greens. I have a paintbrush. I have my water. It's all off screen because I'm left-handed. And I also have some toweling for anything that I want to blot or clean up because I did not prep this page. I'm just going to try and go with the crayons. On the back I have a witch, and I feel like whatever happens, even if it bleeds through a little bit, I'll be able to work it out. So I'm going to put some color down. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing really well. And we're getting closer and closer to Halloween by the time this video comes out. So I hope everybody's got their plans solidified for the holiday, if they're doing anything. Or if you're going trick-or-treating, you know, with your kids or whatever. I hope you got your costume figured out. But it's been crazy around here. It's October, so we've got an anniversary. We've got 2 of my kids' birthdays in October. So it's just been one big celebration. And I'm still managing to make my videos, which makes me feel pretty good because, you know, I normally get pretty overwhelmed and then I decide not to do stuff. But it's nice to know that I am able to get some stuff done still. And I found out my son and his fiance booked the wedding venue, and we have a definite date for the wedding. So it's December 9th, 2023. So we've got that coming up, you know, in a year and some days, but they're getting started on the work of it. And that's very exciting for our family because we're getting another child that we get to call our own, and we really like her, so it'll be fun. But yeah, that's about everything here. Parties, 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 celebrations. It's all wonderful. I'm not the least bit upset about that, believe me. Good news is good news. I'm thankful I'm not in here complaining about everything that's going wrong, because knock wood, which I can't because the desk is laminate, but Knock wood, everything's going really well for us. I hope it is for you as well. And the cat may make a surprise visit today because I don't know why he's been super needy. So who knows what he's going to do today. I was editing a video earlier and I was doing it on the couch. And he just tried to crawl into my computer and everywhere else. So who knows? Well, I think we all have days like that where we're more needy than others. So all I did was go around the outside edge of the witch and the circle with the darkest green, which just this moment I can't remember the name of. I think it was an olive. Moss green. Okay. And now I'm using the light olive and I'm going directly over the first color, the moss green, and out a little ways from there. Oh, I missed some. Just come back in and get a light layer. Now we've got it all. Okay. So yeah, I'm just doing another layer of this and pulling it out slightly from the edges of the moss green. Just so they blend a little easier, I think. I had planned to do the whole thing with the Kohinoor polycolors, but I'm telling you, lately with the water mediums, I'm just digging it because it's so much faster. So we're doing that. And I think it always looks really good, even if it is, you know, a shortcut or whatever. All right, so those are our colors, and that does look kind of like a sickly green, which is kind of where I was aiming. And I'm just going to go ahead in there, starting in the center where my light color is and blending outwards. Oh, this is the worst. Okay. I'm getting my other one back. But just blending it out into the darker sections. And I think this is going to be my first layer, and there will be more on top. There is a little hair from the brush. There we go. So yeah, we're just dragging it so that it's not, you know, showing lines. And I said, well, we can go over it all. But there's the first bit. And I'm going to go ahead and speed this up so that I can get that first layer down and you don't have to watch all that happen. So as of right now, we have no bleed through of any kind. And I'm just going to go ahead and wait for that to dry. And while that's drying, I am going to do what? I will do this sun and moon we have down here, this little emblem. And for that, I'm going to use golden yellow, number 20. Well, I'm turned sideways. It's so hard to get the colors. Yeah, so golden yellow will be for the sun part of this. And for the moon part of it, I am going to use pale yellow. Let's see. And I've got pale yellow. So there we go. And I'll just get them colored in right quick because they're tiny. And I might come back in and add, some shading to it. It just depends how I feel once we've got some stuff down dry. And then we'll do the moon. Okay. For the rays, I'm going to use the same golden yellow that we already started with for the sun. Some of these are getting ready to need sharpen, and I don't want to sharpen them yet. Once I do start to sharpen them, I'll need to get my watercolor pans, the empty ones, ready so that I can collect the shavings, because as expensive as Neocolors are, I will not be throwing any of it away. Okay, so there's that. But yeah, I just want to get a general lay down of color, and then I can darken and add to it. But I do like basing with the Neocolors because it just goes pretty easy. And I'm purposely ignoring these like stars and dots and things. So I don't know what I'm doing with them yet. I'm probably going to come in with gold paint or iridescent medium, something shiny. And I'm not sure if I'm going to give this page a background either. I have like a general idea of what I'm doing with the witch and the circle, but that's about it till we get there, I guess. Which isn't bad, at least I've got the start of a plan. Alright, there's just a little bit of extra pigment there I want to smooth out. So now we've got a sun and we've got this sickly green background. I'm going to do these clouds here in a very pale purple, if I have one. So let's see what we've got. We could do pink, which I don't want. I think we're going to do this periwinkle blue, which is kind of purpley. That's 131. And I definitely know that whatever's happening with the clouds, this is not the end of it. So that's why I just want to lay down a little bit. And I will go over these stars and circles because they'll still be visible and I'll be able to change what's going on there when we get there. I just went over the moon a little bit, but I'll be able to drag it out with the brush. Yeah, I like this color. Okay. And you don't have to be too careful about getting into the corners of things because you can always get it in there with the water. Yeah, sorry I don't have much to say today. It is nice. My house is completely empty. My daughter's at her girlfriend's till oh, I don't know, she said 3 or 4 days because she's on break. So, don't take that the wrong way. I love my daughter and I love having her still at home, but she's the kind of person who just like knocks on the door and breaks it and starts talking, and I have to pause videos and then go scrub out all the parts that weren't supposed to be there. So it's nice to have a quiet house. David's out and our roommate is out somewhere. So it's just me. I like everybody who lives here, but it's just so nice to be like all alone for a little while. Not too long. I think I'd start missing everybody too much. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and speed up this part while I just color these clouds. Okay, so we've gotten the sun coming in and out a little bit. I'm going to go ahead in and do part of her dress. And I'm using aubergine. I'm just going to do along the back end of it, like on her back and around the bottoms of the tops of the clouds, the bottoms of the dress, like that. And I'm also doing her, at least the majority of her hat, with the aubergine. So I just need to pick out what is hat and what is leaf. This guy is a leaf. Yes. Okay. And again, I'm just coming in under everything. To get a nice color going on. And same with under this one. And then straight across that brim. I'm also going to color the inside of the hat that is showing here. And along the bottom of the brim on this. Yeah, like that. And along this edge. Just a line, nothing much. And then she's got some fold lines here. So I'm going to get the dark color, we're using the aubergine, up into each of the folds. And along the edge of the hat. Like that. And I think this part would have it too. Okay, so aubergine is in. And then we need something lighter than that. And I'm going to go in with this 111 mauve. and get it on the dress and get it where I don't have the aubergine in the hat. And I feel like if I'm gonna come back in with pencils on this might wind up as 2 videos. I don't plan things to be, well, I don't plan a lot, but I don't plan on making things 1 or 2 or 3 videos. It's just, I go until there's a logical stopping point, and if, you know, the time is up. I don't want these to be longer than an hour. So I do try to cut them whenever I see fit, you know. If you think you would like longer videos, like over an hour, let me know and I'll see what I can do. I just can't imagine. Well, I don't like to watch anything too long, so I shouldn't judge other people's choices by my own. I just find there's so much I want to see and so many people I want to support that if something is too long, I wind up not having the time to watch other videos. So that's my thought process. So I am again going to turn this to speed coloring because I'm going to color these in with the water brush, and I'll be back. Her hat and her clothes are now done. Well, at least done with this first layer. And I was thinking about her hair and her skin while I was coloring that. And I think what I'm going to do is go in with a light flesh color on her skin so that I have a layer ready to go. So I am actually going to use flesh, which is number 42, and just get a layer of that down on her skin. And I can either come back when I figure out what exactly I'm doing and use more Neocolor to attempt to get a nice skin tone, which is not my strongest thing, or I can come back in with my pencils, which I do think are the Kohinoor poly colors that I'm going to use this time. But it doesn't really matter right now. I think I'm just enjoying laying down the idea of what color this is all going to be. And I definitely think her hair wants to be brown. So I'm going to go down with the lightest color I can. We can do a brownish red, actually. So I think I'm going in with number 33, which is golden ochre. And that is relatively light, because whatever the straight color that I lay down on her is going to be is the, the lightest part of whatever we're going to look at. So if I do her hair very dark brown or a reddish brown, this will be the color you'll see in the highlights. I've never been good at leaving white space. Like, I've seen a lot of people use white space to their advantage, but I am not the one. I don't know. I don't feel like I've colored the picture if there's something left that's not colored. I think it looks lovely. I think I wish that it was something I did, but it's not. And I've stopped trying to fight the way I color, like, or be upset about it, or, think I should do better or whatever. The way I do is just fine. It makes me happy. So now I'm going to just put us back to speed so that I can color out her skin and her hair, and I'll be right back. Okay, I definitely like the idea of her hair as it is right now. And I'm just trying to figure this little part out. And I'm going to say that this inside here is skin, because I like the thought of that being like lacy and open. So we're just going to get a little color in there so I can remember what I'm doing. Okay. So we've got leaves and stars and the brim of her hat and these little patches. And I'm just going to quickly turn this over so we can check for any bleed through. And still, so far, so good. This paper usually can take a lot if you let it dry in between your layers, which is why we're not really touching anything we've already done. Yeah. So I think the patches and this brim part are going to be brown. I'm going to go in with number 036 raw sienna just to get some lay down. And I've been looking at these pearls and her earring and all, and I think I'm going to do like a light layer of blue on the pearls, and then later on when I get to my finishing touches, I think I'm going to use the Winsor and Newton Iridescent medium for those. And I don't think I'm going to do a background. I keep looking at it and looking at it, and I don't necessarily feel like I need one. So you can let me know at the end or in the comments now or whenever you feel like it, if you think it needs a background or not. It's unless this gets split into two parts, it'll be too late, for me to use that information. But I am curious as to what you think. And if you can hear the music, we have the ice cream man out there. Sorry, that just made me giggle because it's just such a nice day. And I mean, I know that's the ice cream man. That's how he makes his money. He's got to get as many days in as he can. It's just wild to hear it in October. But it's been worse. Last year I visited my dad at the Bay in, I think it was like February. and it got up to about 55 degrees or so. It was one of those, you know, nicer days that you get in the winter that immediately falls back into, like, you know, cold weather. And their ice cream man came through the development, like the trailer park place where he lives at the bay. They came through in like February. So we went out and got ice cream to, you know, help the ice cream man out. All right, so all that's left here is the leaves, and I am torn as to what I want to do. And not because I did the green background, but I'm kind of thinking like the darkest one, what's that, moss green? Using the moss green at the bottom, and at the top having like reds and oranges, and getting them blended together somehow. And I don't know if I have that skill. Yeah, that's a pretty wild jump I'm trying to make. Who cares? Let's do it. So I'm taking out the moss green. And I'm getting a light layer of that. This will definitely be interesting. It could be really cool, and if it is, then yay, and if I turned everything into mud, that's my own fault. I don't know what the leaves I'm talking about are called, or if these are even shaped like those leaves. When I take a break, I'll try to look some up so I could at least maybe put in a picture. Even if I fail, at least you'll know what I was trying to do. But yeah, I just want to get one color down at a time. And then we'll come back in with the others, and then I'll smash them down with water. Alright, let's see, this one. Yeah, if I'm being quiet, I think you guys can hear him out there. Huh. And then I'm going to do these slightly different because they look different. And you can tell I'm easily amused. I'm just out here happy about the ice cream man being out there. I don't even want ice cream or anything. I just like hearing him out there. Alright, so there's that color. And I'm going to go from that to 589, which is Crimson Alizarin, I think. And I'm going to do a small layer of that right up against the edge of the moss green. Yeah, like I said, this could just be hideous once we're done, but that's okay. I do like to try new stuff. And even though I did these leaves a little different, I'm still adding that color in because I want them to blend together a little bit too. And it is fall, and if you look at leaves outside in the fall when they change colors, not that these are those, because I do think, unless I'm completely wrong, there's a plant that has leaves like this. I'm not a plant person, so I just feel like I remember seeing this. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, if you look at regular fall leaves at this time of the year, they don't change colors in like really nice patterns. There's like, sometimes there are straight edges of color right up against each other. So, I mean, that'll happen. Okay, so then I'm going to get number 50, which is Flame Red. And I have no idea. I'll show you. On my color chart, I have a pink line if it comes in the 15 pack, and I have a blue line if it comes in the 30 pack, just so I could try to use those colors. And I think I wasn't paying enough attention. I did not do that. I'm using colors from all over the place. I did see a nice olive brown and an olive here too that I think I'm going to incorporate into this circle when I get there. All right, so this is, what did I say? Flame red. And I'm going to add that to the spots that are left on any of the leaves, because 3 colors is plenty. And then we'll try blending that out and seeing what happens. And I will set that to speed again to try and keep the length of the video down. So I'll be right back. And like I said before, I will try to speed this up in ways so that, you know, you don't have to sit through all of it, and we might be able to get it in one video, but enough where you'll know what's going on. That was number 139, olive brown. I just wanted to color these few little branches that I left out that have the stars attached to them. Somehow I just didn't see them. And then everything else on here is either going to be done with like sparkle stuff or whatever. And then I need to come in with pencil or more of the Neocolors to finish up shading this out. But I'm pretty happy with where we are as a first coat. So I'll see you in a little bit. This is Editing Pixie here to say that once I got through editing, we're at about 40 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off for today. It's going to wind up at least being 2 parts. I'm very sorry for that, but I just don't want to monopolize your YouTube viewing time. So until tomorrow, my friends, have a very colorful day. Bye.